So we're joined by Dereham Town manager Adam Gustafson after Dereham's 1-0 defeat against Grays Athletic this afternoon. Gus, tough one today. We'll talk about their goal very soon, but did you feel that we created enough and tested their keeper enough to win that game?
No, I don't think we did. We obviously, when they went down to 10 men at half time, they as we knew they would, sat in the second half, and if we're completely honest, we didn't have enough quality really and enough urgency at times to break them down and ask enough questions. So yeah, I mean, it wasn't really until the last 10 minutes where we've had a couple of good chances, but before that we hadn't done enough really to get ourselves back in the game.
And they went down to 10 men. They parked the bus after that. Second half, you made a substitution. Dan Barton came on. He looked at a good threat going forwards. Was their sending off the reason for that change?
No, we were actually going to do it anyway, to be honest. And then, yeah, I mean, the sending off, probably cemented it anyway. But yeah, we were going to do it because I just felt we weren't, we had to win with a second half. I felt Toby is better when he plays centrally, so we kind of wanted to get that partnership again with Bamo. So yeah, just kind of felt that was the route to do it, was to bring Danny on, who'd done obviously great when he came on last week and looked sharp. So yeah, we were going to do it. And yeah, the sending off, I guess, like I say, probably really cemented that we would do it. But yeah, it's a disappointing one. It's a big game. We've underperformed today, I think, and we can talk about everything else, but I think we've underperformed, and ultimately that's down to us, and that's the disappointing thing at this stage of the season.
And their goal, defensive issues aside, it was a scrappy one. It came from an instant that was given in their favour in the middle of the pitch. What were your thoughts on that? Well,
dreadful decision, but we've got to defend the corner, so as dreadful as the decision was, our defending was equally as bad, so there you go. Unfortunately, I'm not going to start going on a rampage about officials. You have to, when we're at home, we have to understand that there's going to be mistakes from officials. We have to know that that's going to happen. But like I say, the bit I'm more annoyed about is we didn't defend the set piece. We didn't get first contact on the ball. Somehow, I don't really know how it sort of bundled in the end, but ultimately, you lose a game like that, it's disappointing, and it's a game where we've played poorly, in my opinion. I don't think we've done enough to win the game, but we should be coming here saying, like the Canby game, 0-0, and you take a point and you go on, and it's not the worst result in the world, but again, a set piece has put pay to that.
Cup game during the week on Wednesday, Senior Cup semi-final against Fakenham. Does today's results change your thoughts going into that game on Wednesday? No, it doesn't, because I still believe in the league. If we win our last 3 games, I think we'll stand a very, very good chance of getting into the playoff positions. If we win our last 3, then we'll be unlucky, I would say. So the focus for the bank holiday week, the Easter weekend, fixtures 2 and 3 days, is that we have to win them both. I think it defies logic that we've slapped a Wednesday evening Senior Cup semi-final game the week before we have 2 games in 3 days, which makes it 3 games in 5 days. So I will prioritise the league, and whatever team we pick on Wednesday will be to try and win the game, obviously, but the priority is not the Norfolk Senior Cup. And I'm not going to go into a massive rampage about it, but why on earth they put fixtures on a Wednesday before bank, 2 games in 3 days, I'll never ever know. I don't think anyone else would ever do that. You still seem optimistic that the playoffs are in your hands. 5 points now away from those playoff places. Do you also think that you need some teams to do some favours for you?
Yeah, I think, well, naturally, yeah, we will do, because we're now 5 points off, so we're going to need, we're going to need, I think it's fair to say, Grays have got to not get 4 or 5 points, really, 4 or 5 points. So we are going to need that. The fixtures, it's hard to predict, isn't it? The run-ins of other sides look difficult. It's always you're sort of second guessing what might happen. I wanted to go to Stowmarket next week in my head with a little bit of a, let's go there and see if we can cause an upset, and almost with that approach, but it's crystal clear now we have to go there and win the game. So
That's a different approach really. If we'd have got a result today, we could have, possibly gone to Stowmarket with that mindset a bit more. But I think for us, we've just got to stay honest until the end. We've got to play better than what we did today. There's no getting away from that. And we talk about everything else. The responsibility was ours today. We had an opportunity and we didn't grasp it, if we're completely honest. And we've got to make sure that doesn't happen again in this running. So, that's what we've got to try and make happen. Doesn't get much tougher than Stowmarket away. I think they're certainly one of the best sides in the league without question. But sometimes that's when your men stand up and you kind of get those results sometimes that people might not expect you to get. So that's what we've got to do next week, and that's what the focus will be.
Looking at it optimistically, with the exception of maybe Aveley this season, in terms of being here at Aldiss Park, there really hasn't been a team, Grays included, and Canvey before that have really played you off the park. Is that frustrating not to get something out of those matches?
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. And you look at so many of the games that we've lost narrowly, and there is massive frustration with it because, again, I'll go back to it today. Canvey, Malden away. They're games that there's nothing. We should be coming out with a point at least, and we haven't done on any of those games, and we haven't, with the exception of probably Tilbury here, where I thought we probably should have been a draw and we won 2-1. We don't really nick any games ourselves. We win by winning well and playing well and deservingly getting the results. So it is frustrating, but what I would say is, we're sit here and talking about the goal being a scrappy goal and stuff, but that's a bit of an Achilles heel it's been all season. So we can't keep saying that and saying it's unfortunate, whatever. It's not. We've got to do better. We've got to head a corner away from our goal. We've changed how we defend them. We've been better in recent weeks, but it's no good being better in recent weeks and then your concentration doesn't go into the next game. And that's what's happened. It's a near post cross. Two people's job is near post and we haven't dealt with it. So that's fundamentally what's cost us the game, and that's the disappointing thing because it's our own doing that has ultimately made that happen.
And finally, did you have a winner on the Grand National today?
No, to compound the day, no, I didn't, no.
Tough one today. Good luck on Wednesday.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Thanks.